This simple exercise is restoring leg strength after 50 at home, and it's the only one you'll ever need for your life. Never stop doing it if you want a stronger, more youthful body up to age 100. So stay until the end of the video because the last exercise will make you stronger after 50. If getting up from a chair is becoming harder and climbing stairs feels like an impossible mission, rest assured that this isn't just an inevitable consequence of aging. It's actually a sign that your muscles are crying out for help and need the proper stimuli to regain strength and functionality. The good news is that with a consistent routine of simple, targeted exercises, you can reclaim firmness, balance, and walking confidence. Studies show that muscle strengthening programs for older adults can increase lean mass significantly and reduce fall risk by up to 30% in just 8 weeks of regular practice, thanks to the activation of type 2 muscle fibers responsible for power and joint stability. The first step is to adopt chair-supported hip extension exercises. Sit upright, keep your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart, then contract your glutes and lift one leg straight back to hip height, returning in a controlled manner. This movement enhances activation of the glutes and hamstrings, muscles essential for daily mobility. Next, introduce standing calf raises while holding onto a firm support. Rising and lowering your heels strengthens the calf muscles and contributes to ankle stability, which is crucial for preventing sprains. Another powerful exercise is the wall sit. Lean your back against a wall, slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, and hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds, repeating 3 times with rest intervals. This practice has been proven to improve quadriceps tone and local endurance, boosting confidence in rising from lower surfaces such as armchairs or toilets. To work on balance in an integrated way, stationary lunges are highly recommended. Take a step forward, bend both knees to form a 90-degree angle while keeping your torso upright, return, and alternate legs. This exercise stimulates both the front thigh muscles and the glutes, and also challenges coordination, significantly reducing the risk of falls on uneven surfaces. Finally, the bodyweight deadlift begins with feet parallel, knees slightly bent, and hands resting on your thighs. You hinge forward at the hips with a neutral spine, then return to standing by contracting the glutes and lower back. This movement recruits the entire posterior chain, promoting lumbar strengthening and improved posture. By practicing these 5 exercises 3 times a week, with 10 to 15 repetitions per set, according to your individual capacity, you encourage increased muscle strength, bone density, and motor coordination, reducing joint injury and lower back pain risk by up to 40%, according to research from physical rehabilitation universities. Moreover, the improved blood circulation resulting from these activities helps accelerate muscle recovery and minimize lactic acid buildup, providing a sense of well-being and energy for daily activities. To boost your results, supplement with dynamic stretches before your sessions, and perform hip and ankle mobility exercises every morning, which aids range of motion and prevents stiffness. Maintaining a balanced diet rich in high biological value proteins and with adequate vitamin D and calcium intake is also essential to ensure muscle repair and bone health. Consulting a physical therapist or fitness professional to adjust loads and postures ensures correct execution and maximizes benefits, promoting a safe and lasting recovery of leg strength after age 50. Discover how you can transform your body intelligently and safely. Join our community, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss a thing, and tell us in the comments which aspect you most want to develop. Whether it's strength, stability, balance, or that little backache that's been following you for a while. Your stories are crucial, so I can tailor each video exactly to your needs. I'm eager to read your accounts and follow along with you on this journey of progress. Sitting in an invisible chair against a wall and holding the position for 10 to 60 seconds activates a critical region of the adult body that often remains neglected over the years. At first, the movement may seem simple, but as you maintain a 90-degree angle between hip and knee, you'll feel your thighs burning deeply and continuously, the very muscles we use to rise from a chair, climb stairs, and walk with confidence. In clinical practice and rehabilitation programs, this technique is recognized as one of the cornerstones of functional strengthening for people over 50. In a study conducted by the Brazilian Society of Exercise Medicine and Sports, seniors who dedicated 3 weekly sessions to this isometric hold achieved nearly a 15% increase in quadriceps strength in just 8 weeks, along with a significant reduction in postural instability. Keeping your shoulders relaxed and your spine aligned against the support surface increasingly recruits type 2 muscle fibers, the ones responsible for explosive power and prolonged movement support. By gradually increasing the hold time from 20 to 60 seconds, you stimulate neural adaptations that enhance your motor activation pattern, making the act of rising from the sofa or a public transport seat more natural and efficient. Patient reports often reveal that by the second week of regular practice, leg trembling disappears, trunk alignment improves, and gait becomes more stable, reducing the risk of trips by up to 30%, according to assessments by specialized geriatric physiotherapy centers. Beyond muscular endurance, this exercise offers cardiovascular benefits by slightly raising heart rate without impacting knee and hip joints. Prolonged muscle stimulus boosts local blood flow, aiding nutrient delivery and the removal of fatigue-causing metabolites. In a longitudinal study published by rehabilitation universities in Europe, participants who combined the invisible wall hold with dynamic balance exercises experienced a 25% increase in femoral bone mineral density, underscoring the importance of this protocol for preventing osteopenia and osteoporosis in mature men and women. To optimize results, it's recommended to start with 2 sets of 20 to 30 seconds and progress to 3 sets of 60 seconds, always allowing 1 to 2 minute intervals for partial recovery. Execution should take place in a safe environment with proper footwear to prevent slipping. A non-slip mat may suffice to ensure stability. You can also vary the stimulus by slightly shifting one foot ahead of the other, which increases demand on the gluteus medius and improves hip abduction control, essential for climbing steps and exiting a car without losing balance. Incorporating dynamic stretches before and after the session enhances hip and ankle range of motion, preventing stiffness and delayed onset muscle soreness. Maintaining adequate protein and vitamin D intake supports new fiber synthesis and tissue repair. Lastly, working with a physical therapist or fitness professional ensures postural adjustments and safe load progression, avoiding compensations that could cause lower back discomfort or excessive hip strain. With just a few minutes a day in front of a wall, you can rebuild a solid foundation of strength and confidence, restoring the autonomy to stand up, walk, and live fully after 50. Now that you understand how this wall isometric intensely recruits the muscles responsible for stability and force generation, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on your own body. Are you already showing early signs of muscle mass and strength loss in your legs? Before moving on to the next exercise, it's crucial to watch for some symptoms that often go unnoticed but clearly indicate the onset of sarcopenia. One of the first manifestations occurs when rising from a chair. If you need to use your hands to gain momentum instead of relying solely on leg strength, that's a red flag. Another classic sign is the tendency to avoid stairs. If climbing steps has become a cause of fatigue or insecurity, it's likely that your hip and thigh muscles have weakened to the point where they can't easily support your own weight. When walking on flat surfaces also becomes uncomfortable, or you begin to stumble frequently, something is definitely off balance. Experts in aging physiology recommend the 30-second chair rise test. This simple protocol involves sitting and standing from a chair as many times as possible within 30 seconds. Those who perform fewer than 8 repetitions may be at high risk of functional impairment and loss of independence. Studies show a direct correlation between performance on this test and the occurrence of falls in the following months, and indicate that a quadriceps and glute-focused strengthening program can improve this score by up to 20% in just 6 weeks. Additionally, you can observe your walking speed and stride length. Healthy individuals maintain a consistent step length and rhythmic frequency. Even small variations in this pattern are signs of decreased strength and muscular coordination. The same applies to single leg balance. In mature adults, the ability to stand on one leg for more than 20 seconds indicates good muscle reserve and proprioception. When this time drops below 15 seconds, the risk of falls increases significantly. Another relevant indicator is early fatigue. If your legs begin to tremble while you hold the invisible chair position for a few seconds, or if your muscles seem to melt during routine activities, it shows that recruiting fast-twitch fibers is compromised. Recognizing these signs in your daily life is the first step toward an effective sarcopenia reversal program. It's never too late to strengthen your legs and regain confidence in every movement. Start by recording how many chair rise repetitions you can perform in 30 seconds and how long you can stand on one leg. Then use these results as your baseline to monitor progress. Every 2 weeks, repeat the tests and note your improvements. To complement your wall isometric routine, include seated hip extensions, slowly abducting the leg, and standing calf raises. These practices activate different leg and glute muscle groups, promoting more balanced development. When combined with ankle and hip mobility drills, before and after sessions, they ensure proper range of motion and prevent tightness. We mustn't forget the importance of nutrition. High biological value proteins, coupled with regular vitamin D and calcium intake, support the synthesis of new muscle fibers and bone tissue regeneration. Research published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle shows that optimized nutritional support alongside targeted training can boost strength gains by up to 20%. In summary, keen awareness of your own limits and difficulties when standing, climbing stairs, balancing, and walking makes all the difference in breaking the muscle loss cycle. Early diagnosis through simple tests and adopting a safe, progressive exercise program are crucial for restoring autonomy and quality of life after 50. Track your performance, adjust intensity as needed, and maintain professional guidance to align your posture and load progression. This way, you ensure a lasting recovery of leg strength and reclaim the joy of moving with safety and confidence every day. Strengthening the calves is essential for improving balance and stability when walking after 50. To perform this exercise, stand with your feet hip-width apart, hold onto the back of a chair or place your hands on a wall, and slowly rise onto the balls of your feet. Lower yourself in a controlled manner, feeling the stretch in the muscles. Begin with 2 sets of 10 repetitions and gradually progress to 3 sets of 15, always respecting your body's rhythm. This movement primarily targets the triceps surae, comprised of the gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, that work together to support body weight and control ankle rotation. When these fibers are consistently stimulated, proprioception improves and endurance increases for daily activities like walking on uneven terrain or climbing stairs safely. A 2019 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that older adults who performed calf raises 3 times per week gained up to 20% in plantar strength over 8 weeks, reducing ankle sprain risk by more than 25%. Beyond aiding gait, calf strengthening plays a key role in venous return. With each contraction, these fibers pump blood from the lower limbs back to the heart, helping prevent swelling and improving peripheral circulation. In a study published in the Brazilian Journal of Physiotherapy, mature patients who included calf exercises in their daily routine reported significantly fewer nighttime cramps and a reduced sense of heaviness in the legs. To ensure proper form, keep your spine erect, engage your core, and avoid leaning your torso forward. As you build confidence, try lifting one foot at a time to increase the load on a single leg and challenge unilateral balance. This variation further activates the gluteus medius and enhances lateral hip stability. Incorporating ankle mobility before the exercise optimizes range of motion. Gently rock your feet up and down for 30 seconds on each side, then perform slow circular rotations clockwise and counterclockwise. This warm-up reduces joint stiffness and prepares tissues for isometric and concentric contractions. Nutrition also directly influences results. Consuming lean protein sources such as fish, chicken, and legumes after your session supports new fiber synthesis. Supplementing with hydrolyzed collagen and vitamin C may accelerate recovery and repair of the tendons surrounding the triceps surae. European university studies show that combining calf raises with balance training on unstable surfaces increases calcaneal bone mineral density, preventing osteopenia. To do this, use a balance disc or soft pad and hold the raises for 20 seconds on each leg. If you experience heel discomfort, check your foot alignment during the movement. Keeping the heel aligned and distributing weight evenly between the inner and outer foot prevents overload on the Achilles tendon. For a complete protocol, integrate this exercise into your plan 3 times per week, alternating with wall isometrics and stationary lunges. Record your repetitions and times each session, and review your progress every 2 weeks. With discipline, you'll notice firmer legs, reduce leg tremors when walking, and increased confidence in executing everyday movements. Remember that consistency is the key to reversing muscle loss. With just a chair, a wall, and a few minutes a day, you can rebuild strength and regain the autonomy to live safely and joyfully, even after 50. Perform 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions of this simple movement, which activates not only the calves, but also the ankles and the legs' stabilizer muscles, fundamental elements for maintaining balance. With regular practice, you'll notice fewer stumbles, better control over each step, and firmer legs, giving you a sense of security that carries through every part of your day. Though it may seem modest, this exercise has an enormous impact on mobility and confidence as it strengthens the structure that supports your entire lower body, creating a solid foundation for other functional movements. This activity is perfect for those looking to prevent falls in later life, as it directly targets the body's balance center, enhances venous return, and builds muscular endurance in one movement. If you've felt your agility or walking stability decline, this exercise will surprise you with its effectiveness. To maximize results, it's advisable to time your cadence. Rise onto the balls of your feet in about 1 second, hold for 2 seconds at the top, and lower slowly over 2 to 3 seconds. This time under tension increases recruitment of type 2 muscle fibers, responsible for power and sustained contractions, and also boosts fatigue resistance. As you gain confidence, try single leg raises, alternating legs each repetition. This unilateral variation increases demand on the gluteus medius and improves lateral hip control, 2 key aspects for light step-ups and stability on uneven ground. Another interesting progression is to hold a small weight in your hands or loop a resistance band around your support to add challenge, adapting the exercise to your fitness level. Physiologically, strengthening the calves and ankle stabilizers directly impacts proprioception, your body's sense of position in space, reducing fall risk in older adults by up to 20% when combined with a balanced training program. Moreover, the muscle pump during contraction enhances blood flow in the lower limbs, minimizing edema and combating heavy leg sensation. Clinical data show that mature patients who adopted this protocol 3 times a week experience significant reductions in nighttime cramps and joint pain relief, reflecting improved tendon elasticity and increased nutrient delivery to muscles. To ensure measurable progress, keep a training journal noting repetition counts, hold times, and any variations you introduce. Every 2 weeks, assess changes in your feeling of stability, single leg balance, and stair climbing ease. These indicators provide concrete feedback on your progress and allow you to safely adjust intensity. Don't neglect your warm-up. Spend 1 minute on ankle mobilizations, such as rotations and active flexions, and perform gentle stretches of the calf and Achilles tendon to prepare connective tissues and reduce micro-injury risk. Nutrition plays an essential complementary role. Consuming 20 to 30 grams of high biological value protein after training stimulates protein synthesis and supports muscle repair. Including omega-3 sources like fish or flaxseed helps reduce inflammation and speed tissue recovery. Vitamin D and calcium ensure bone mineral density maintenance, crucial for handling increasing loads and protecting against osteopenia. By incorporating this exercise into your weekly plan alongside wall isometrics and stationary lunges, you build an integrated program that covers all major leg muscle groups. With consistency, discipline, and gradual adjustments, shaky legs transform into solid steps, and the simple act of walking shifts from a source of insecurity to one of enjoyment and independence, even after 50. Step up with your dominant leg, pressing the heel into the surface to activate glutes and quadriceps. Then bring up the other leg without letting it touch the ground fully before stepping down carefully, controlling the descent to minimize impact. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg, resting about 1 minute between sets. This movement doesn't just strengthen thighs and glutes, it also recruits the rectus abdominis, acting as a torso stabilizer, improving posture control and reducing lumbar load. In functional training studies with older adults, participants who added step-ups 3 times per week increased quadriceps strength by up to 20% in 6 weeks and reported easier daily activities like climbing stairs and standing up from low chairs. Moreover, the unilateral challenge promotes neuromuscular adaptations that enhance dynamic balance, reducing fall risk on uneven terrain by around 30%. To progress safely, start without extra weight and focus on full range of motion, keeping the knee aligned with your second toe as you step up. As confidence grows, hold a light dumbbell or water bottle in one hand for added challenge, or loop a resistance band beneath your support foot for extra resistance. Pair this exercise with ankle mobility drills before your sets, slow rotations and active flexions for 30 seconds to prepare the joint and prevent stiffness. After your session, stretch quads, hamstrings, and calves to aid recovery and reduce delayed onset soreness. Including step-ups in your weekly plan, alongside wall isometrics and calf raises, ensures a comprehensive lower body workout that directly prevents sarcopenia, improves bone density, and restores functional autonomy. With discipline and proper guidance, you'll notice stronger legs, greater walking confidence, and stair climbing becoming a mere detail of your daily life again. Marching in place, lifting each knee to hip height while swinging your arms as if walking down a busy street, is far more than a simple warm-up. It's a complete exercise for mobility, agility, and coordination, ideal for those over 50. Stand tall, gaze forward, and keep your shoulders relaxed. Raise one knee at a time to hip level, engaging hip flexors and abs while your gluteus medius muscles work to stabilize the hip. Continue for 30 to 60 seconds in 2 to 3 sets, pacing yourself and gradually increasing duration as you build endurance. In addition to preparing the hip joints for everyday challenges, dynamic marching strengthens the core, which maintains posture and transfers force between the torso and lower limbs. When performed consistently, this practice significantly increases range of motion and reduces joint stiffness. Functional physiotherapy studies show that programs, including marching in place, can improve hip flexor flexibility by up to 20% after 6 weeks of regular training, making it easier to sit and stand, climb and descend stairs, and even get in and out of a car with greater ease. Synchronizing arm movement reinforces the natural gait pattern by stimulating neuromuscular coordination between the upper and lower limbs. Each arm swing counterbalances the opposite leg movement, creating a smooth push-off that conserves energy and makes walking more efficient. This neuromuscular integration is especially important for older adults who experience declines in proprioception and fine motor coordination. In rehabilitation clinics, patients who incorporated dynamic marching into the first minutes of their sessions reported improved trunk stability and fewer balance incidents on uneven surfaces. For those looking to up the challenge, try lifting your knee slightly higher with each repetition, or increasing the pace while maintaining a neutral hip position. You can also add a lateral step after each knee lift to work the hip abductors and stimulate frontal plane control. This variation increases activation of the gluteus medius and tensor fasciae latae, and is linked to a reduction of up to 30% in the risk of lateral falls among older adults. Complementing dynamic marching with joint mobility exercises before and after your sets enhances the anti-stiffness effect. Spend 1 minute on wide hip circles performed slowly, then do active ankle flexions to prepare all the joints involved in locomotion. Proper warm-up reduces micro-injury risk and heightens joint receptor sensitivity for a better motor response during exercise. Supportive nutrition for mobility training should not be overlooked. Consuming high biological value protein immediately after exercise aids in repairing the stimulated muscle fibers. Foods rich in natural collagen and vitamin C promote the elasticity of the tendons and ligaments that support the hip. Additionally, maintaining proper hydration and omega-3 intake helps reduce inflammatory processes in the joints, ensuring comfort and better recovery between sessions. Tracking your performance is essential for monitoring mobility and endurance gains. Record execution time, perceived effort, and any variations introduced. Every 2 weeks, repeat the initial protocol and note whether you can lift your knee more fluidly or sustain the movement longer without fatigue. These indicators provide valuable feedback to safely adjust progressions and sustain motivation. Integrating dynamic marching with wall isometrics, calf raises, and step-ups creates a comprehensive functional training program for older adults. With discipline and professional guidance, you'll strengthen not only your legs, but the entire muscle circuit responsible for locomotion, balance, and posture. In no time, you'll feel lighter when walking, less stiffness when rising, and greater autonomy to handle daily tasks with confidence and safety. To finish this sequence on a high note, sit on a firm chair, keep your spine aligned, and slowly extend one leg forward, contracting the quadriceps in a focused manner. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower in a controlled way, repeating this contract and relax cycle for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps per leg. This simple yet powerful movement activates the most important muscle for anyone struggling to rise from low surfaces or dealing with knee discomfort. The quadriceps stabilizes the patellar joint, absorbs impact, and enables actions like getting out of bed, standing up from the sofa, or rising from the toilet without excessive effort. Exercise physiology studies demonstrate that chair-based knee extensions can increase the knee's load-bearing capacity by up to 20% in just 6 weeks, helping reduce pain and prevent cartilage wear. Furthermore, this protocol stimulates neuromuscular activation, improving the synchrony between nerves and muscle fibers, which results in smoother movements and greater walking safety. To maximize the effects, keep your abdomen slightly contracted and avoid fully resting the extended leg at the end of each repetition. Focusing on the 2-second isometric hold amplifies the muscle's adaptive response by inducing controlled micro-tears that together with proper nutrition, promote healthy hypertrophy and tendon strengthening. Include lean protein sources in your meals, such as eggs, cottage cheese, and legumes, and maintain regular vitamin D and magnesium intake, which are essential for muscle contraction and bone health. Progression can be achieved by increasing the hold time up to 3 seconds or adding small ankle weights, provided these modifications are supervised to prevent unwanted postural compensations. An advanced variation is performing knee extensions with a resistance band anchored behind the chair, gradually increasing band tension as your strength improves. In geriatric rehabilitation programs, combining this exercise with quadriceps stretches and ankle mobility drills beforehand has proven effective in reducing delayed joint pain by up to 30% and improving range of motion. Proper joint warm-up primes the quadriceps, patella, and surrounding tissues, minimizing injury risk and enhancing strength gains. Beyond training, monitoring simple indicators ensures you track your progress. Record the total execution time for each set, your perceived effort, and any knee or lower back discomfort. Every 15 days, perform the 30-second chair rise test and compare your repetition count with your initial notes to gauge functional strength gains. Integrating 3 weekly sets of knee extension alongside wall isometrics, calf raises, step-ups, and dynamic marching creates a comprehensive lower body strengthening cycle. With discipline, this program significantly lowers fall risk, improves posture, and restores the confidence needed for daily tasks without limitations. After a few weeks, standing up, walking, and climbing stairs will once again feel natural and pain-free, reflecting a robust recovery of muscle strength and autonomy in everyday life. Congratulations on making it this far and taking the first step toward a stronger, more independent life. By choosing to implement these 5 exercises, you're already transforming your health in a concrete way, building solid foundations of strength and mobility. The secret to turning this knowledge into lasting results lies in consistency paired with simplicity. Start slowly. Select just 2 movements and perform them 3 times a week at a calm time of day when you're free of rush and distractions. This body-paced approach prevents overload and makes training an enjoyable ritual rather than an exhausting chore. As your body adapts and you gain confidence, gradually add the remaining exercises until you can complete the full sequence in a 10 to 12-minute daily circuit. No complex schedules or fancy equipment are needed. A chair, a wall, and a simple step are enough to deliver safe, effective stimuli. Documenting your progress is a simple yet powerful strategy. Use a notebook or app to record the date, exercises performed, number of repetitions, and perceived effort. Every 2 weeks, compare these records to your program's start and celebrate each improvement, no matter how small. This visual feedback strengthens motivation and lets you safely adjust intensity. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 exercises caught your eye and made you reflect on your own movement routine? Was it the wall isometric, the calf raise, the step-up, the dynamic march, or the seated leg extension? Share in the comments which exercise you plan to adopt first, describe your experience, or tell us about any challenges you faced. Each story inspires future content and helps craft ever more useful tips for those pursuing strength and mobility. If this simple post-50 leg strengthening program sparked new ideas and motivated you to act, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss upcoming videos with exercise variations, progression tips, and stretching guidelines. Hit the bell and invite someone who also wants to regain autonomy and walk confidently day after day. Let's evolve together, repetition by repetition, building health habits and fall prevention routines. If you made it this far, type FOCO in the comments so we know we're united on this journey of vitality and well-being.